What's up? I'm Sam Cottle with Legit Agents and LPT Realty. And I get asked all the time as we're bringing on agents and LPT all the time. They ask, hey, what does it cost? What comes out of my pocket every month? What comes out of my pocket to join? So I want to spend some time breaking down all the fees you can expect joining, annual fees, transactions, additional trainings and marketing and events and all this kind of stuff. So we're going to start with joining fee because that's where everyone starts. Most brokers have a joining fee, especially cloud-based brokerages, because they want to get a little something up front to kind of do all this next work for you. LPT Realty has zero joining fee. It doesn't cost you anything to join, doesn't cost you anything to get all your back-end systems set up, doesn't cost you anything to just become part of the brokerage. Next, a lot of brokerages have some kind of monthly fee or annual fee. So at LPT, that's an annual fee. When I was previously at EXP, that was a monthly fee. It was $85 a month over there. Here, it's $500 per year. But here's the kicker. It comes out of your first transaction. So it's not actually out of your pocket. It's out of your revenue. It's out of your commission. So you don't feel the impact of it quite as much. Next, let's talk about the transaction fee. So most brokers have some kind of transaction fee. It's just this little bit of extra expense that you can charge your client or that you can pay out of your own pocket. And there is a form that makes it really easy to charge your client for it. In my business, we usually cover it for our clients. So we put 0 on that form, and that transaction fee is $195 per transaction. Next on the list of fees is your broker split. So a lot of brokerages have like an 80-20 split. Say you're on like an old school model like Coldwell Banker, it's typically 80-20. Now, if you've been there a long time or you do a lot of volume, you might be able to negotiate it differently over the long term. The model at LPT Realty that's most similar to that is an 80-20 split. So you get 80% of your commission, you pay the brokerage 20% of your commission until that 20% fills up to $15,000. Then you get 100% of your commission. Now that $195 transaction fee is still coming out of every transaction, but you get all the commission after that. What makes this really unique at LPT Realty is we do have that 80-20 that caps at a certain point, and then we also have a flat fee model or a 100% commission model. So at most flat fee brokers, what you do is you just keep paying your flat fee. Every time you have a transaction, you pay in that flat fee, that $500, that $300, that $700, whatever it is, you pay it on and on and on. At LPT Realty, that flat fee caps. So in this compensation plan, it's called the Business Builder. You pay $500 fee per transaction that caps at $5,000. Now you still have the other fees we talked about, which were the annual fee, $500 out of that first transaction, the $195 transaction fee, and the joining fee. I'm just kidding, there's no joining fee. But it caps $5,000 broken up into 10 payments across 10 transactions, $500 per transaction, super cool. And you still get all the same stuff that we're going to talk about next. So next we're going to talk about what you get for free and then what you can pay for. And the reason that LPT does it this way is because they believe in the individual definition of success. And it's something that Robert Palmer, the founder and CEO, talks about all the time. Every agent wants to build their business differently. Some people want to build mega teams. Some people want to just close enough deals to make a decent living and work from 9 to 5 and try to not work on weekends and try to work with less buyers and work with more sellers. Like every agent has a very different definition, their own individual definition of what success looks like for them, for their family, for their business, for their ambitions, for all those kind of things. So within this model, you get to choose different compensation plans, but then there's some stuff everybody gets for free. And I'm going to hit specifically on 4 things you get for free. There are a couple other things, but these are the main things. Number 1 is online training. So there's Motivational Monday, which is a live call with the founder and one of the executive VPs every single Monday morning at 11 Eastern. And then there's a training call with a guest speaker every single Friday. There's other calls throughout different weeks and months and all kinds of stuff like that, but those are the ones that are the most consistent, those virtual training calls. The next thing that everyone gets for free is Dotloop. Dotloop is a digital signature platform that makes your transaction management really smooth, and that's actually where you submit your documents for review, and they go to the broker reviews them, and that's how you get paid, and it all kind of fits within that one system. The next thing that everyone at LPT Realty gets for free is listing power tool Power Packs. This is a big package of print materials. You can watch the video up above if you haven't watched that already, where I kind of outline every single thing that's in the Power Pack, and it's a lot of stuff. It's like 250 printed items that you get for free with every single listing. So yeah, you went out and got the listing, you're gonna get paid on that, and you get this big print material box for free to go out and canvas the neighborhood, to go out and send thank you cards, to have cool stuff to have at your open house. It's a really cool product, and everyone gets this for free. You don't have to sell a certain amount to get this. You don't have to pay into it. You don't have to invest a certain amount. You don't have to sell at a certain price point to get this. Everybody gets this for free. Okay, and then the last thing that everyone can get for free at LPT Realty is a monthly in-person event. Every single month on one of the Mondays where they're doing Motivational Monday, they do that at the headquarters. It's a cool little studio they have there. It holds about 100 people. They have a day-long event. So they do training in there all together. They have panels. They have breakout sessions where they have these other rooms where people do a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of option. There's a lot of things that happen at that building, at that facility, that help you learn, help you connect with other agents. And that monthly option where you can go in person and learn like that is super, super cool. Okay, that's the free stuff. Now let's talk about the stuff you can add on. And I like that LPT does it this way because not everybody wants to pay the monthly fee and get all this stuff included. There's a lot of things you can get just by paying a little bit more and getting this kind of collection of things or getting upgraded things. And let me just explain this a little bit. And there are specific videos on the channel about some of these things, but let's start with LPT Plus. LPT Plus is a collection of different things, specific training, specific in-person masterminds, and things like Real Scout, Zoodealio, which is a cash offer platform, other different kinds of listing lead platforms, and it's like 8 or 10 things within LPT Plus that you can get for $89 a month. Oh, it's $89 a month if you're in the 80-20 split. It's $149 per month if you're in the flat fee split plan. So that's LPT Plus. There's also LPT Team Growth Plus. If you run a team, you can join this, and it's similar to LPT Plus where you get this collection of different things. You also get access to something called Courted, which helps you recruit more team members. For a team, this starts at $500 per month. It goes up depending on how big your team is, how much access you want your team to have to all these other things that are part of it. There's just kind of different levels to it. But it is this collection of training and software and services that help you grow your team. And I like that it's just not implied. If you have a team, it costs more. You have to do this. So I like that. $500 a month for Team Growth Plus. You may have noticed that a CRM wasn't on the free list. There is a CRM that's free, but if you want the IDX site as a part of it, you have to pay an activation fee. So that CRM is Lofty. You can get the CRM for free, but if you want the IDX page, the home search site, you have to pay an activation fee for that. So that's why it's on the not free list. And there's a couple different CRMs that are optional. You have Lofty, you have KV Core, and you have Follow Up Boss that are optional if you're at LPT Realty. All of them are an activation fee. Lofty is not a monthly charge, but Follow Up Boss and KV Core are also a small monthly charge. $40 to $50 a month. Pretty standard stuff. All right, 2 more things that cost here. And of course, there's all kinds of options. And even as I'm saying each of these options, there's layers within it. But let's talk about marketing materials. So you need signs, you need business cards, you need open house signs, you want to upgrade the Power Pack. You want to do a direct mail campaign, you want to do Facebook ads. All that can be purchased within the LPT Connect backend system. It just costs extra, obviously. So if you have a luxury listing and you want to do some elevated marketing for it, or the new thing coming out, which is called Listing Collections, has different levels of marketing materials that are not quite luxury. They don't say luxury all over them, but they look luxury. They feel really nice. And within those different tiers, there's direct mail campaigns that are part of them. There's digital ad campaigns. There's all kinds of stuff. There's additional signage you can get for open house and for the actual listing that just has a different elevated look and feel to it. There's a lot of different options. And just because they cost doesn't mean they cost a lot. They're actually shockingly affordable for what it is, especially in the quantities you get where you're getting like 20 trifold pamphlets for a listing. Most printers wouldn't even let you print 20 of those. They'd make you print 100 of them. And so it just throws off the whole thing. Because LPT owns these print shops that are part of the family of companies that the founder, Robert Palmer, owns, he makes this stuff very accessible to all the agents. And then finally, bigger events. So every quarter, there's a 2-day event at the headquarters in Lake Mary, Florida, which is just north of Orlando. These are smaller events, a couple hundred people. They have breakout sessions, they have panels. There's a hotel that's nearby that's actually really affordable and really brand new. That's literally walking distance from the headquarters. So you don't have to rent a car while you're here. But there's also a bigger conference every single year that's, a couple thousand people that's at a resort. It's $1,000 to attend, and you're going to spend $1,000 on your hotel probably, and a bunch on food and airfare. And it's kind of the big fun event. But it's not really the training event that these other ones are. So I love just this whole breakdown of kind of the base, what it costs to get in the door, what you're going to pay out of your transactions, what you're going to pay for your splits. And then like what is free and what is paid? Like there's all these different options. And I often describe LPT Realty as like a cafeteria. Like you get the basics. You do. But there's so many things you can add on, you can upgrade to. And I think of like a cafeteria tray. It'd be like being a kid in the cafeteria and just like wishing like, oh, can I swap this out for that? And yes, you can. And it's because of the individual definition of success that Robert Palmer is so committed to. And every time you hear him speak, you'll hear him talk about the individual definition of success. And whatever you want to achieve, we would love to help you too. If you're interested in partnering with us at Legit Agents at LPT Realty, you can schedule a call in the link down below, or there's going to be a QR code right here on the screen. And thanks for coming by.